Social media is an interesting phenomenon, and I have this gut feeling, not based on anything, but that it's going to go through some significant evolutions, and I'm not sure if they'll be good or bad, right? Like you've got the United States government that has now banned TikTok on all federal devices, and some people are saying, let's just ban it altogether. And I could care less one way or the other. But it's just fascinating. Like, unrelated to the ones that I think are big, and you probably know this better than I hear there's this Twitch thing and this Signal thing and this other blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, holy smokes. And then, I thought YouTube was the streaming platform, and it is, but now there's other ones. And it's this vacuum, and it just sucks people away from, I think consciousness is the right thing, right? Like, and by consciousness, I mean active decision making, because the brain just gets wired into these short form messages. And if let's say I'm a self-help junkie, I can scroll for hours and get self-help, but never do anything. Right. Let's say I'm aspiring to be a model. I can see lots of pictures. Like there's a flavor for everyone, and I'm just not sure that any of the flavors are really that useful in great quantities, and yet there's really no regulation on it, except self-regulation.
Yeah, you're totally right. I see social media as, it's not going to go anywhere, in my opinion, for the next 10 to 20 years, but I think it will be eventually regulated, because, I heard it from someone, and they said that he met with a lot of the engineers that create these social media platforms, and they don't let their kids on it, or they regulate it. And the reason why they do that is because they know what they created. They're creating virtual slot machines where you get on, and the key is to keep you on for as long as possible, right? To get you scrolling to get more ad revenue. And so what I think will eventually happen is there might be some sort of time limit on social media platforms
where you're automatically logged out.
Yeah, automatically logged out. Or what could happen is social media starts to evolve to another form of media, like how the newspaper then went to transition to the radio, transition to the TV, transition to social media. There might be a new VR or AR sort of social media that people are tuned into at that point.
Well, let me tell you the couple things that I'm very hopeful about. Some people think Bitcoin was a fad, and it came and it went. And that might be the experience of people in the US a lot, but throughout the remainder of the world, the premise of blockchain technology is gaining momentum, and not just for currency, for information sharing, for data protection, for transparency and transaction. There's a company called, or I guess it's a foundation, but they have a company as well. Are you familiar with the crypto called near, like near and far? It's near, NEA. So near cryptocurrency has a premise, and the premise is, if blockchain is about transparency and transaction, what if everything we did was transparent? Because the biggest reason today, or not the biggest, but certainly a major contributor to all the divisiveness in the world, is lack of trust. And so their premise was there could be a lot of ways to use these technologies to do that. Then on top of that, you have NFTs, which clearly got abused a little bit early, and people kind of pumped them up, but they're expressions of art free from typical currency, which I had a friend say to me, we're born into this world and no one charges us to be born, right? Like, yeah, you got to pay a doctor's fee, but it's not like, yep, another kid, $10,000, to inhabit the earth. But why is it so expensive to live, right? And I think blockchain and somehow this thing called the meta provides an opportunity to take what we saw in augmented and virtual reality and support the brain being able to change easier. Because what we know about the brain is there are no major studies that say, like in the last 100 years, the brain has evolved a lot, right? Like for those who think we're evolved versus created. And again, I have no opinion on that either. But the point is this, that while the brain has not evolved a lot, the human use of consciousness, information, imagination, innovation, and technology is spitting things out light years faster than it was 100 years ago. And there is this sense that, now, of course, all these things could be used for bad too, right? But that these things, when converging together, may be the first tool to really help support ease and human transformation.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you watch the full episode here. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click on the subscribe button. I really appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.